Hello everyone and welcome back to DC Central, and in today's video we're going to be breaking down and discussing the news of The Flash and when its eventual Season 6 conclusion will happen, and also the new series coming to the CW and DC Universe known as Stargirl and how it's going to be folding in and picking up the slack, so let's jump into it. So if you saw my last video about Superman and Lois and the delay going on over there, in this video I'm going to be talking about something similar, but how this delay is going to be affecting The Flash specifically. So yeah, The Flash is also currently in a state of shutdown, just like all the other CW Arrowverse shows, except for Legends, which Legends was able to complete its filming, obviously because Legends does have less episodes than the other ones. But all the other shows like The Flash and Supergirl, Superman and Lois, which hadn't even started yet, and also Batwoman, have all shut down production for now, until further notice. And this means that The Flash is kind of in a state of limbo at the moment in regards to when they are going to finish filming their 6th season. Now, based on what we've seen from the set and what we know from people on the inside, it seems like The Flash were up to filming around the 20th episode of the season. That's where they were at with filming. And I believe Season 6 has 22 episodes this season, like Season 5 did. So that means they had about 1 or so episodes left to film. Now, this is interesting because we do not know when they will start filming again. We don't know when that's going to be because, as I was saying in the last video, this is an unprecedented event. Like, we have not seen anything like this in a while. We've not seen this level of effective shutdown across both film and TV media. Like, every TV series has basically shut down production, not just on the CW, but everything else. Like, you know, another show I love, The Walking Dead, has also shut down post-production, which means the season finale for Season 10 has been delayed and things like that. So it's very difficult to predict all this stuff and when it's going to happen. But it seems like The Flash, with the episodes they have filmed and the episodes that are done, will basically run until May the 19th. That seems like the way it's going to go. And then after May the 19th, we will see a break from the series, and then we'll see like the last couple of episodes later on down the line. Now obviously The Flash is kind of currently on a mini break right now. We were supposed to get a new episode this week, but we didn't. Even though that episode is completely done and ready to go, clearly what they are doing is they are trying to, you know, pad out the time they have by doing reruns and stuff like that. Like, we know next week we are actually getting a rerun of Crisis. They're rerunning Crisis on Infinite Earths instead of actually releasing any new episodes from Supergirl, The Flash, or Batwoman. I'm not sure about Legends. I think Legends might be back next week, but I could be wrong. So, you know, they are clearly padding out the time they have to actually allow more time to pass by so they can get filming, so things can get back on track. However, the problem with that is that we don't know how long this is going to go on. We don't know how, you know, when that will possibly be. We don't know, you know, how long that's going to take. So it seems like this will be running until May the 19th, and then we will see a break from The Flash, and then it will basically, we'll get the last couple of episodes of the season whenever they're done, basically. Like, whenever they can actually film them and get them edited and, you know, get all the post-production done and stuff like that. As soon as all that's finished, we'll get them when we get them, basically. And that basically goes for all the shows. That goes for Batwoman, that goes for Supergirl. It just all comes down to just whenever it's going to happen, it'll happen. So basically, the episode we'll get up to, I believe, is episode... I want to say episode 18. I think we'll probably get 18. That'll probably be where it'll end. And then after 18... we'll have a break, and then we'll get 19, 20, 21, 22 later on down the line. But given the fact that it will be wrapping up around May the 19th, we're going to have a big break from the Arrowverse, but what will take its place? So I'm sure many of you will know that there is a brand new DC Comics series coming to the CW and also equally to the DC Universe streaming service in the form of Stargirl. Now, Stargirl is a series that I remember they announced way back when they first announced the DC Universe streaming service. They announced it with Titans, with Doom Patrol, and Swamp Thing. This was the 4th show. And Stargirl has always been interesting to me, because obviously Stargirl, it does exist in the Arrowverse already. Like, we had a version of Stargirl on Legends of Tomorrow, who was actually really cool. But this is a new version of Stargirl, who is basically going to be with a new version of the Justice Society and things like that, basically retconning what Legends did. However, I feel like what this is obviously this, as we saw at the end of Crisis, this does take place on a different Earth. This actually takes place on the new version of Earth 2, which technically exists within the Arrowverse, but also doesn't at the same time. We all know what's going on with the, none of us really know what's going on with the multiverse situation in the Arrowverse right now. But it doesn't exist in the main continuity of the Arrowverse from what we can see. But what's going to be happening with Stargirl is they've actually pushed the release date of it forward a week, and it will now be basically replacing the Flash's time slot on the CW. So while it will be debuting on the DC Universe streaming service first, the episodes will debut a day later on the CW in the Flash's time slot. So that'll be starting around May the 19th. So as soon as the Flash goes off air with its most recent episode, like the most recent episode that they finished, we will then see Stargirl basically step into that time slot and keep that time slot going until the Flash can return. So that's very interesting, and I think that it could be a really good way of basically marketing Stargirl, like basically saying, while you're waiting for the Flash, check out this new series. And I think that, they always use the Flash, like the CW always uses the Flash to bolster their new series because the Flash is so popular on the network. It is the most popular show on the network, so to kind of bolster it, to bolster Stargirl with the Flash is very good marketing. Like they did that with Black Lightning as well, so it's very smart to do. And I think that Stargirl, based on what we've seen from it, is a good replacement show for the Flash while it's off air. But what are my thoughts on Stargirl so far? I mean, I'll admit I haven't seen all the marketing, just because Stargirl to me, it doesn't feel like an Arrowverse show because technically it's not. Like I said, it exists on this version of Earth 2 that technically is in the Arrowverse, but technically isn't. It's kind of this weird grey area thing that even though Crisis was supposed to clear everything up, it still hasn't. So it's a bit weird. So I haven't really taken as much of an interest in it as I have done with, stuff like Superman and Lois and the potential Green Arrow and the Canary series, because it just isn't a part of the Arrowverse, really. However, it looks fine. It looks good. I'll definitely check it out when it airs. I don't know if I'll watch it consistently. Obviously, that's the thing I'll have to come back and see. But the thing I find weird and interesting about it is that, like I said earlier, we already have a version of Stargirl within the Arrowverse and the Justice Society within the Arrowverse. And it seems like, based on what we've seen from Stargirl, they're going to be introducing a new version of these characters, which I'm not all that interested in, because the versions that we saw on Legends were actually really cool. And it makes things worse given the fact that Vixen, who is of course a member of the Justice Society, became such a huge character on Legends and within the Arrowverse. It feels weird to retcon all that. So again, I'm a bit iffy on Stargirl at the moment. I think I do need to look a bit more into it and try and get more into the marketing, because I haven't seen that much of it. But I think it could be a very different and very interesting series. My only issue with it as well is that I do feel like it's going to be a bit more younger, like a bit more younger orientated, like for a younger audience, which I know that these shows kind of aim a bit more for a teen audience anyway, but this seems to be a bit more younger than that. So I don't know, Stargirl could go either way for me. I might end up really enjoying it, but I also may end up not liking it all that much. So I'll definitely check it out when it comes out for sure. I'll definitely see how it goes, but as of right now, I'm not all that optimistic. Overall, though, this is interesting news to talk about because, again, obviously, we don't know when any of these shows are going to come back. We don't know when they're going to start filming again. None of that stuff. It's just a watch this space sort of thing. But given the fact that we have got Stargirl coming out, that series is completely done and finished to my knowledge. They've basically completely finished it. It's a good show to basically have, ready to go and to replace something like The Flash. And because obviously it is all ready to go, they have pushed it a week forward, which is good for them. It's nice that they're able to do that and just step up and basically pick up the slack, as it were, from The Flash. It's not going to be there on Tuesdays at 8, so they're going to be replacing it with Stargirl. I think it's fair enough. I think it's a good tactic. And again, I think Stargirl, if it comes off, it could be really successful. So it's really good news, and I'm definitely interested to see the series. And of course, I'm very interested to see when these shows will come back. But what do you guys think about the news we discussed today? Make sure to let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Are you excited about Stargirl? What are your thoughts on it? Make sure you let me know in the comments down below. And as always, guys, if you want to see more DC content like this, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any uploads from me. And I hope to see you guys again next time.